All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wahar Kodash. I want to say double honor to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching His word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. It is the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another lesson. And this lesson is on, this is an example of what feminism has done to the so-called Negroes, and not just the so-called Negroes, but also you so-called Latinos, Native Americans. All right, feminism has completely destroyed the backbone of our families, which the backbone of any family is the father, man. You know, the father, the male. You know, the one that pushes the line forward. You know, and a lot of these so-called black women out here, they've drunk in the wine of this feminism. And like Elder Apostle Gabar said, feminism has done major destruction to the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. But right now, this is an example of the so-called black woman, because you know, you women out here, your roles are highly overinflated. Okay, and when you look up what overinflation is, let's look up what overinflation is, man. Overinflation. When you look up overinflation, right, it says excessive inflation, lower. Okay, that's not. Hold on. Let me see. This is the definition for overinflation. So it says, actually, I should put overinflated. It's overinflated. All right. It says to inflate something too much. Okay, and in this example, you're gonna see that the so-called Negro woman, your value has been highly overinflated. I was just watching something earlier, which it says, I like the caption. I didn't too much like the video, but I like what the caption said, is that a woman is supposed to compliment a man. You know, a woman is a complimentary tool. She's not the tool. She's not the focus. A woman is supposed to compliment you and not be the focus. But Esau, he flipped that around and made the woman the focal point of everything. So now they value, no matter how low their worth truly is, their value is overinflated. And who believes it the most? The women, man. The women. See these same women, they'll come up against you and tell you how, oh, you know, men ain't this and men do that, which all that comes from feminism and shit. But then the vibration that they push is completely wicked, man. You know, so let me play this real quick, and then I'll get into the lesson.
We need to protect our black women and love our black women, because at the end of the day, we need our black women.
That so you heard what she said. Talk about you need to love the black women. You need to protect your black women, because at the end of the day, we need our black women. No, you don't. So the first thing to knock out that overinflation is that you're not needed. Okay, you women of our nation, you're not needed. And you can accept it or you cannot. You're not needed. Like, we can bring our nation back through any these women on the earth, man. Okay? But see, Esau uses this to what? To destroy the fabric of our households, to get the woman to not know her proper role. A woman's role is a complementary role. It's a servant role. It's a servitude role. She's supposed to help her husband. She's not the focal point. The man is the focal point. And if you look at what's going on around you, you'll realize that this whole feminism shit is to take the importance off the true focal point, which is the man. So you got all these things around the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man that's basically destroying him, including his own woman, man. You know? Because, see, she's talking about how you need to protect. Let me play this again.
We need to protect our black women.
She need to protect them from what, man? From yourselves? There's not an onslaught on you black bitches, man. There's no onslaught on you Latino bitches, man. Ain't no onslaught on y'all. You know, it's more y'all than it are. There's more women on the earth than there are men. So what are we protecting you from? Yourselves, because you're self-destructive. The black woman is completely self-destructive, man. You know, whenever she's in a situation that's not appealing to her, she destroys it, man. And the people in it, even her own children. All this, we need to protect the black woman. But meanwhile, the so-called black woman, you lead the world or America in abortion, man. You kill more of your own uh, nation than any other thing on the earth, man. You kill more of your own men child, more than police brutality. So, you know, and all this falls off the behest of what's her face? Breonna Taylor, who got put to death. Okay, which the Lord allowed her life to be taken, man. We don't know what she did. We don't know what she was about. You know? But they used that as a catalyst again to what? To take the focus off the focal point, which is the men. Okay? For her to say we need the black woman, we gotta protect her. You're a lie, man. Okay, now if you got a wife, a wife, and when I say wife, I'm talking about a helpmate, a woman that's pleasing to dwell with, yeah, you're gonna protect her. Because why? She's an asset. But the majority of you women out there, you're not assets, but your worth is overinflated. Yeah, your worth is overinflated, meaning your real value is very low. Your real value is nothing to be protected, nothing to invest in. Everything about you is fake. You know, just chick, she got shot in the feet. Don't nobody know what really happened, but she's walking around riding a victim train, man. The black woman don't love herself, man. The black woman is an exhibit of the curses that we're serving right now. Which when you go to Deuteronomy, chapter 28, all right, Deuteronomy 28, all right, and you go to about verse 56, says this. Yep, it says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward her husband, toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward the young one that cometh out from between her feet, which is, you know, out of her vagina, and toward her children, which she shall bear. Now, the women of our nation are terrible to their children, man. Both on the northern kingdom, so-called Latin tribes, and the southern kingdom, the so-called black tribes. They're really terrible to their children, man. For she shall eat them for the want of all things secretly, in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. Right. So she uses her children. If her children is not an advantage for her, she'll do away with them, man. And there's plenty of examples about that, man. You know, again, you act like the black woman is the only thing in the world that needed protection. Meanwhile, the men of our nation are the ones that's being systematically genocided out, man. Okay, Esau not really worried about you women, man. Yeah, you get caught up in the throes of this world. You get caught up in the throes of war, meaning this spiritual war that we have between Edom and Israel. But at the end of the day, he's not worried about you women. Why? Because you women have completely drunken that feminism drink. And this is what feminism causes, man. Women to usurp authority over men. Women to speak and women to be heard all the damn time, man. Meaning she's talking about women need to be protected. Women need to be loved. But everything out her mouth is talking about her vagina. Everything out her mouth is talking about what she can do to a man. How she don't need a man. How she can just abuse her way through life. And then eventually she'll get older and some simp ass nigga will wife her up, man. You know? Meanwhile, the same woman that's telling you we need to protect our women, they never scream, we need to protect our sons, man. We need to protect our men. And if they do, it's just because of what? Social media influencing, man. But they don't put no real push behind it the way they push behind the woman, man.
Because at the end of the day, we need our black women.
But we don't. We don't need the black woman. You're not needed. The Lord could wipe out all you black bitches, and guess what? We'll be all right. Why? Because we got women of the other nations, man. We got more Israelite women. You know, the nigga woman is not the she's not the catch that you think she is, man. And this is not just a tirade about the black woman, but it's the truth, man. A woman is supposed to be what? A helpmeet, not a hindrance, man. She's supposed to be a pillar of rest, and that's things that the so-called black woman is not. She's supposed to be feminine and dainty. She can make herself up to look feminine and to seem dainty, but this is all witchcraft, man. First of all, her name is Megan D. Stallion, which a stallion is a male horse. All right? What is a stallion? Because it used to be a term that they used for certain women back in the day. All right? But it's really a male horse, man. An uncastrated adult male horse, man. A stallion is a male horse that has not been gelded. Stallions follow the conformation and phenotype of their breed, but within that standard, the presence of hormones such as testosterone may give. Ain't gonna go in all of that. The point of the matter is that it's a male horse, not a female. But then you got to understand what you're dealing with too, because you might think that you're looking at a woman and you're really looking at a whole fucking man. Again, she pushes that vibration that on this thing, she pushed the vibration that you got to love the black woman, you got to protect the black woman because you need the black woman. That's a lie. All those things are overinflated values that do not currently fit the Negro woman's worth in America, man. And again, she pushes this, you got to love the black woman, protect the black woman, because you need the black woman. But meanwhile, she's pushing homosexuality, lesbianism. Look. Hey, I've seen servants on horses and princes walking as servants, man. Now, that we usually use that for Esau. Let's go to that real quick. We usually use this for Esau. All right. But hey, in this case right now, this fit the nigga woman. This fit the woman, period. But the woman, the black woman, her value is completely overinflated. She'll have you thinking, the way they talk about it, she'll have you thinking that they were the only ones victimized and abused during the chattel slavery period of America. She'll have you believe that they just was bringing boatloads of black bitches on the boats over here and just leaving the men somewhere, and we just left them to get dry, hang out dry. When we all suffered that together. And the men, in a lot more cases, the men suffer brutality that they didn't even document, bro. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Who are the rich, man? We are the Israelites, man. And starting off with the elect. But completely the whole nation of Israel, the men of Israel, we're sitting in a low place, man. It says, I've seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. So a woman is a servant. A woman is a servant. All right. She's not she's not the leader. Okay. All right. She's not the look, and she's reverse cowgirl on a fucking fake horse, man. All right. She's a servant. But look, you got the princes, the men of Israel, highly effeminate and effete. This a Judite, a black, so-called black man, and this is a what looks to be like an Ephraimite, a so-called Latino Latin man, right? They use this devil, this demon, to push these vibrations, and everybody accepts it. You accept the fact that a woman could just be buck-ass naked on public, whether she's married, whether she has a man, whether she is spoken for or not. You accept that. That's all right and dandy. And then you want the so-called black man and Latino man in a low place. You accept that because these are men, and they should not be like this. This is another scripture, but this is what she pushed. This is in her video. I didn't make this up. I didn't Photoshop it. I didn't add it. No, I didn't do none of that. All I did was bring it out. Right? This is This is Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. And this is what she pushes, this demon, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, because they're just the same people. They're just the same motherfuckers. They get one every year. You get another hoary ass Israelite woman, man, to show her ass, show her haughty looks, like the scripture says. The haughtiness of a woman can be seen in her eyelids, man, and her haughty looks, man. The whoredom of a woman can be seen in her haughty looks and her eyelids, man. And the scripture says there shall be no whore, where she's a industry whore, and these are Israelite men that are sodomites, and she pushes that. But then when you speak against it, you're wrong. Like if you read the comments on this video, they basically give them thumbs up. Nobody even mentions the fact that these dudes are. She got transsexuals in her videos, man. The amount of time I have listened to this song should be unhealthy. You see, people put their spirit into this shit. Imagine if this was the rabbit hole Alice went down. Unpopular opinion, the beat alone slaps way harder than whack. You see? But nobody mentions the fact that you got two men acting like women, man. The scripture said there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, and then there shall be no sodomites of the sons of Israel. Yet she'll say we need the black woman. This is what you get. This is what you get when you get the black woman. You see? This is what you get, man. But nobody's speaking against that. Nobody, don't stop. Basically, do what you want to do. And these niggas are like demons, man. You put a hair hat on anything, oh, that's a woman. No, that's not. These are men. And they sit in a low place. And you got a servant sitting on a horse, man. Which a horse is a symbol of power, man. And this shit all goes back to women worship, which our people was doing in the ancient world, man. Fucking worshiping a woman. The so-called queen of heaven, man. All right? This is Jeremiah 49 and 19. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 11. Oh, I'm sorry, at 16. It says, verse 15. Then all the men, Jeremiah 44 and 15. Then all the men which knew that their wives had burned incense unto the other gods, and all the women that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwelt in the land of Egypt and Pathros, answered Jeremiah, saying, as for the words that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, we will not hearken unto thee. Right, which the Lord was telling Jake to repent. The Lord was telling Jake to put away these idols, man. When I say Jake, I'm talking about Jacob. He was telling the men through Jeremiah, he was like, listen, man, you need to correct your ways because you're going to be judged for that. But what Jake do? Jake got prideful and bucked up at the word of the Lord. So it says, but we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, which they do that to this very day, to burn incense unto the queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offering unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings and our princes, in all the cities of Judah. This Judah, so-called Negroes, and you had the so-called West Indians and Haitians there. But you also had a mixed multitude of the other tribes there too. But the point of the matter is, this speaking of the southern kingdom, it says, and in the streets of Jerusalem, for then we had plenty of victuals, and were well and saw no evil, right? Because the Lord was allowing them to get their wickedness up till he judged them. So they thought because they were doing all this wickedness that nothing was happening, that they wasn't going to see no evil, because they were still eating. They had plenty of things, and they were giving it all. They were giving the glory of the Most High to another, man. It says, but since we left off to burn incense to the queen of heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things, right? Because you kept asking us, you was asking the wrong power for these things, man. You were asking an idol, something that could not help you, for these things. So once you left off or stopped doing it, you didn't turn back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and start worshiping the Lord. What you did was you kept worshiping the queen of heaven. So, and then because you was catching hell, You were like, oh, we hurt now. We should go back to that. We have wanted all things and have been consumed by the sword and by famine, which that sword and that famine was judgment. Verse 19. And when we burned incense to the queen of heaven and poured out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her and to pour out drink offerings unto her without our men. You see? So the women, they were doing all of this shit without the men. They would do a lot of the men, they let their wives do it, but a lot of these women, they were doing this shit, man. Pushing this evil vibration, this feministic, homosexual, lesbian agenda. Cause you niggas ain't come up with that. You might have been doing it since the ancient times, but you didn't invent that. That came from these heathens, man. And you get with it like it's no problem. But then on the same side, this shows the hypocrisy of the Negro woman. See, she wants you at a lower state. She wants the man of our nations to be homosexual doubt. She wanted the men of our nation to be effete and weak so she can be exalted. Because Esau feeds her. Esau, Edom, the man behind the red curtain. He feeds her, man. All right? And all she do is placate to your base emotions. You see a woman of a certain figure and you think, oh man, I just want to have sex. But then the whole time she talks about how men ain't shit, how she destroys men, how she basically in sexual intercourse, she takes the head in sexual intercourse, man. She treat men like women are treated, man. So she says, man. You see? A hypocrite. But this is why you need the black woman. You got to love this. How can you love this, man? Any man with common sense, if your woman was like this, you could not love her, man. One, she don't love you. Two, she loves herself, man. All right? How can you protect something like this if she busting her ass, she's out popping her ass every 5 minutes, man? How can you protect something that, and then they got this homosexual, gay flag thing plotted all on this horse, man? How do you need something like this? What need can this type of woman actually address to you, man? Besides your base physical needs, man, or lust, which is basically to have sex. But sex is for reprocreation. But how can you reprocreate with something like this if you in this estate, man? These niggas look like demons. You can't. You can't do nothing with that. Then Jeremiah said unto all the people, tell the men and to the women and all the people which had given him that answer, saying, the incense that ye burn in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, ye and your fathers, your kings and your princes, and the people of the land did not, that the Lord Yahweh remember them, came it not into his mind, so that the Lord could no longer bear because of the evil of your doings and because of the abominations which ye have committed. Therefore is your land a desolation, an astonishment, and a curse, and without inhabitants to this day. This is why we're not in Israel today. This is the exact reason why. And that's why the Lord is going to come back and he's going to destroy 2/3 of our nation for these abominable acts, man. You doing this shit, you doing worse shit. Man, back in the day when I was coming up, man, you had videos, it was the woman that was doing this shit. Now you got the man doing this shit, man. Surely your turning the things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, man. How the fuck, when did men become video vixens, bruh? When did men become the video hoes, man? You see? But this is the agenda. And see, Esau, he don't have a problem with that 13 million plus views. Probably more. Right? Probably more. So he don't have a problem with this. But you standing up as men and speaking the words and the truth of Yahweh Shalom Shai, you got a problem with it. You got a problem with order. But he loves you this way. He wants you this way. He wants you to be a feet homosexual doubt. Here it is. You talking about you need the black woman, but look, she's a whore. This is a whore right here, bro. She may not, you may not get to her, but everybody else done got to her, especially Esau, man. Why do you need the black woman for this, bruh? For real, she ain't no different than Trina, Adina, Howard, all them hoes, man. All them bitches in the industry ain't nothing but, not even, I would say high level whores, but they're not even high level, man. They just sluts, man, pushing that Edomite agenda, man. You see? But yet we need to protect the black woman. You can't protect no bitch like this. And if you do, you're going to end up being pricked in the end, man. For trying to, you can't turn no hoe into no housewife, man. You cannot do that. You can't turn no hoe into no housewife, man. This bitch want to get up and fight on you, man. This bitch want to get up and destroy you, man. Look at this shit, man. You see? This what she support. You know, but nobody's upset. A bunch of homosexual men, whored out women, two things that the Lord said should not be of our people, bro. And nobody's upset. Everybody's like, oh yeah, you know, that's just the time we live in there. We just gotta accept it. We gotta accept it. You know? Look at this shit, man. You got a cat. And she bestiality. Nothing but bestiality, bro. Fucking bestiality, yo. But we need to protect this. We need to love this. We need this. No, we don't, man. No, we don't. No, we don't. It's Isaiah 42:8. I am the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. That is my name. And my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. Right. And that's what Jake was doing in Jeremiah, man. They were giving the glory and the praise of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to graven images, idols, man. You know? Going the fuck off, man. It's Isaiah 45:5. I am the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. There's no other God. If you call on anything outside of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, you idol worshiping, and you're going to be destroyed for that, man. Because there's no other God with the Most High. These Arabs don't got no way to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. He's never dealt with these Arabs. So all that talking about, you calling on Allah, we calling the same God. No, we not. No, we not, yo. You East Indians, you calling on Shiva and Shiva and all these other damn things, beasts, demons. We ain't calling on the same power, man. Y'all don't worship the same power we worship, man. You giving the Lord's glory to another, and that's off, man. Whether you giving it to women, whether you giving it to a statue. Look at this shit. So it says it was goddess movement. This shit started in the 70s in America, man. The goddess movement includes spiritual beliefs or practices, neo-pagan, which emerged predominantly in North America, Western Europe, Australia, New Zealand, all Edomite countries right now. Even though the Australia and New Zealand really belong to Japheth, but it's Edomites that's ruling those places right now. Western Europe, Edomites, America, Edomites. The movement in the 1970s. The movement grew as a reaction to the perception of predominant organized religion as a male-dominated, and makes use of goddess worship and a focus on gender and femininity. You see, the goddess movement is widespread, non-centralized trend in neo-paganism. Has no centralized tenets of belief. So you just worshiping whatever, man. You ain't got no beliefs, you ain't got no tenets, you ain't got no laws, statutes, and commandments. You just worshiping the female body, man. You worshiping the creature more than you worship the creator. Practices are vary widely from the name and number of goddesses worshipped to specific rituals and rites used to do so. Some, such as Dianic Wicca, exclusively worship female deities, which there are no female deities, while others do not. Belief systems range from monotheistic to polytheism to pantheistic, encompassing a range of theological variety of similar to their broader neo-pagan community. Common pluralistic belief means that a self-identified goddess worshiper could theoretically worship any number of different goddesses from cultures all over the world. It's confusion, bruh. Based on its characteristics, the goddess movement is also referred to as the form of cultural religiosity that is increasingly diverse, geographically widespread, eclectic, and more dynamic in process. right? Since the 1970s, goddess spirituality has emerged as recognizable international cultural movement. In 1978, Carol P. Christ, Christ, a feminist historian, theologian, author, and foremother of the goddess movement. She studied women's studies and issues and finished her PhD from Yale University, one of them high-level Edomite university. Nothing but witches and warlocks, bro. Nothing but witches and warlocks, man. You see? That's what they are. Witches and warlocks, man. She also served as a professor in other universities such as Columbia University and Harvard. All three of those are Ivy League schools, man. So that shit came from an Edomite named Carol Christ. Look at this Edomite. Ruth Mountain Grove was an American lesbian feminist. You see? Total demon, man. Photographer, poet, man. There's a lesbian feminist, man. That's where you get this shit from. They put in, and that's why they push it in their music, man. They know you jakes are highly influenced by music and images, man. Let me go to this chick right here. Let's see what she looked like. Right? Another Edomite. A straight up demon. A devil. Straight up demon. This is who you taking cues from, bro. This is who you taking cues from, man. Priestess, goddessing, goddess spirituality, God, the goddess or the great goddess. You going off, man. See? And this all come from the ancient world, man. All this shit is from the ancient world. You got Kali, Shiva, you know? You got this, the famous Venus of Windorf sculpture, right? And it's an idol. And I've seen this in movies. They put this shit in movies, man. That's why obesity is when you all that body plus image and shit. Really, that shit come from this Venus worship, man. They worship the fat, big, bulbous woman, man. And now that's why they push this vibration that about body positivity and all these big women, these obese women. They think they're sexy, man. All of that shit come from this worship, man. Venus figurine. Oh, Slaki. It says the Venus figurine estimated to have been made 30,000 BC, which that's a lie. It was found on August 7th, 1908 by a workman named Johann Varen or Joseph Varem during excavations conducted by archaeologists Joseph something and Joseph Bayer and paleolithic site. All right, and that's why you worship the fat woman. The big woman is this is what the majority of you black women look like, man. But that all goes back to Venus worship. See? Shit is off, bro. Even going to Egypt. This is where you get the whole Horus and Isis and the image that you think is Mary and a child, Mary and baby Jesus, which that's really the image of Semiramis and Tammuz. It's Isis and Horus, Salakia. Yeah, Isis and Horus, you know, worshiping and stuff, man. Then you got a matriarchal religion. It says a matriarchal religion is a religion that focuses on goddess or goddess, a goddess or goddesses. The term is most used to refer to theories of prehistoric matriarchal religions that were proposed by scholars such as Johann Jacob Bachfin, Jane Ellen. In the 20th century, a movement to revive these practices resulted in the goddess movement, which we were just reading. And that's where you get this from. That's what this is, man. That's why she's always sticking her tongue out. Every time you see this bitch, she got her tongue out. And then she doing shit like this, which shows you that she sold out. She took that purse. Let me see if I can find the image. Just to make it bigger. You know, she got she's being worshipped. All right. She got her tongue out. She got one eye open. Here it is right here. She got one eye open and one eye closed, man. Showing you what? That she sold out, man. This ain't nothing new. Look, soon as it start. Soon as it start. And they do it real fast. So you don't get so it goes into your subconscious, man. But this is what she doing, man. Showing you she sold out, man. That's all she did. That whole foot shooting shit ain't nothing but a blood ritual, man. Whether that nigga Tory Lanez did it or not, they got his master. He said he got his masters back, and these Edomites been trying to get him ever since, man. So they could have used this whole situation to set him up, get him out the way, and to uplift her, man. Just a couple of months ago, she was complaining about her record label not putting her music out, and her record label, which is ran by a man, by basically taking too much money and all this other shit. Now out of the clear blue sky, she's got this damn dog tongue out, this one eye open and one eye closed shit going on, man. But you gotta protect this bitch, man. You out of your mind, bruh. You out of your mind. This is Sirach chapter 25, verse 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. That's why a lot of jinks get caught up behind these women, man, because they're consumed with their sins and transgressions. So you get the wild, crazy baby mother demon bitch. You get the wild, hoary ass girlfriend, so-called wife. And this ain't just the so-called black. Look at the Latin women. She just as bad, if not worse in some cases, man. It says, as the climbing up of sand, a sandy way is to the feet of the age, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. And the black woman, she's got nothing but words. She's full of words, man. She ain't humble in the slightest way. Even if you think she humble, man, Satan hop on her one day and she start going off, man. Acting like she ruling and running shit, man. You out of order, man. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Because you see this bitch and you think that, oh man, I want to have sex with all. You ain't never going. First of all, you never gonna get to this bitch because she's Esau's lapdog right now. Second of all, this beauty is manufactured. It's not real. You should not stumble at it and don't desire to be with no bitch like this, man. Because she's full of nothing but snares and nets, man. It says, a wicked woman abateth the courage and maketh, verse 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. That's why you brothers, if you got women, bro, don't let your woman, don't be letting your woman 100% support you, meaning like she going to work and shit. You at home playing a fucking game, eating Captain Crunch. Nah, bro, get your own job. Get you a crib. Get your own space. Pay your own bills, man. Because if your woman got to do those things, she going to be full of anger, impudence, and reproach, man. I think this impudence is disrespect. Right? She going to be full of these things, man. And you don't want that. You don't want that. Impudence is the quality of being impudent or impertinent. Similar to insolent and effrontery, cheek, audacity, immodesty, disrespect, boldness. That's why these bitches will throw you out, call you all crazy kinds of crazy names and shit. Because you letting the woman support you, man. You letting her maintain you. She ain't supposed to maintain you, man. You maintain her, right? And a woman that's being maintained, she's more likely to be in order, man. Meaning that if you over her and you the one that the primary breadwinner, she know that she ain't got too many places to go. So she gonna try to maintain her sanity amongst you, man. A wicked woman abateth the courage of and make a heavy countenance and woundeth in a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees, man. And I actually been through something like this before when I was in the world, man. You know, a woman that don't comfort you when you going through distress, you know, She maketh weak hands and feeble knees, man. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. So that's why you ain't supposed to worship no woman, man. She a servant. She a servant. She don't belong. You don't ever worship no fucking woman, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't put her on no pedestal. She don't belong on a pedestal, man. She's beneath me, like my man King Joffrey Joe said. He said, I would do no such thing. The woman is beneath me, and so is her father, man. Why? Because King Joffrey Joe is a king, you know? So he ain't gotta have no woman above him, man. And when you come to a kingly mind, you understand that every woman got their role, but this is definitely not it. Every man has their role, but this right here, this is not the role of a man, but this is off, man. This is off. So I just wanted to bring that out, man. I hope brothers are edified. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wahara Dash. Say double honor to the apostles and the elders, that great millstone, the teachers, word of truth, and sincerity, and for doing well. And salutations to my fellow Akim. Keep pushing, keep striving. We're almost out of here. Hey, shalom.